tricycle project part 4, and we're almost on the road, aren't we, Matt?
Yeah, we're almost there.
Almost there, right? So what's happening? What's been happening here? We've got number plates on, you know. If you Google that number, you might come up with some images of what this car was originally when it was yellow, at a show in Ripon and elsewhere. In the boot, the only additions in the boot, I've put a check strap here because some Reliants had that, and it stops the boot going too high and making contact with the roof here. Now look at this, we've got the wheels and the tyres now, as you can see. So if we move round to the side, how's about this for a bit of bling? It's alright that, isn't it, Matt?
It's good, really
right,
good.
what I decided to do was, these Camac tyres, just being constantly told out of stock, I got sick of it, right? So I've given these Heidenau tyres from Germany, given them a go. They cost 217 quid for a set of 4, delivered in 3 days, and the date code is 1 month old. Right, so you can't get any better than that. New old stock hubcap and trims, and we've obviously, as you can see, we've got a door on, so it wasn't too difficult to hang, so we can have a look inside. So very early Regals I think had all chrome fittings, and these used similar things that were on Austin Cars Mini. Reliant enthusiasts may spot that this is very early 325 fiberglass door trim. I have got the full one here. It's not on because obviously I had to get access to the nuts to put the doors. That's just been brush painted hub nut style with B&Q paint to try and match the interior. I think it's come out really well, and these are 10 times better than the flimsy, what were they made out of, millboard, that as soon as they got wet they were just scrap, and the ones that were on the car when I got it were basically scrap. So these are miles better and just look a lot better. We'll go around the front now. Yeah. Oh, on the doors, actually, to finish on the doors, all new rubbers. These rubbers, look, this isn't original Reliant rubber, because they used them on the inside. If I wind the window down, on the inside you've got that felt strip that rots when it gets wet and goes white in the sun. So I fitted these, which are a lot better. They're not original to the car, but they're a lot better. All new seals here, the quarter light's all open. These rubbers are unobtainable, but this, I was lucky to drop on somebody selling Reliant Rebel quarter light rubbers, and obviously Reliant Rebel doors are identical to these, so I snapped these up, and they're not new, old stock, but they're really, really good. A damn sight more supple than the ones that were on this. So all this works. This isn't correct. This really should be riveted, but you know, what can you do? I ain't got the tool for that. So if we move round to the front, as the bonnet's on, bonnet is now on. So we've got the number plate on the front, and we've also got the badge on, and the badge could only be fitted by taking all the heater out, so you could get your hand down into the double skin to put the little clips on the back. A bit of a nightmare actually. So we've got the Lucas spot lamps fitted. Now, as per 21E spec, it should be spot lamp and fog lamp, but my fog lamp blew, so I spent a bit of time trying to find another one, and I realised that the spot lamp looked really nice and goes well with these lights, so I've decided to forego that extra and fit a pair of spot lamps instead of one of each. I just think it looks cleaner, and to be honest, they're not going to get much use, are they? No. They're not going to get a right lot of use, but they're there because they should be for that spec. And obviously they just work off one switch, whereas before fog and spot you'd have one of each. So if we go inside now, still got this door to fit. So in the interior, right, look at this. This is real bare walnut, is this? And I grew that tree myself. You know that, right? So we've got the old pressure switch fitted. Again, not the correct one, but it works. Correct spec ammeter. everything works in here as before. We've got the carpet in. This is just loosely fitted at the moment because this one's cleaning out. This is somebody made this. I didn't get this made, but somebody else had this made. So the speedo, was the speedo in before? I can't remember.
I think it was.
Everything's in and everything works. Modifications on this car. Modifications, right? There are 2 or 3. One of them is the Rebel Racing manifold modification, where, in fact, if you come in here, right, this is a standard. I don't know if this is. I think this is a 700 manifold because the orientation of the nuts are that way instead of that way. But anyway, on a Rebel Racing manifold, what they do is this bit here, they drill this out down about maybe ½ an inch or so between these ports here on the inlet manifold, and apparently that really helps with cold starting, mid-range, etc. How much of an effect it has or not, I don't know, but what I do know is this car starts up a damn sight better than it did before. But then again, some of that could be down to the electric fuel pump.
Yeah. It could be.
So coming back inside, if I put the power on, that's one modification. Another modification is, you heard the fuel pump priming there. Yeah. We've got a buzzer on the indicators, and the reason for that is these are not self-cancelling, and you can hardly hear the indicator clicking when you're driving. That might sound quite loud at the moment, but when the engine's running, I think that'll be just. Yeah. And the other thing is, when you put your foot on the brake pedal, the indicators still go, but the noise stops. So when you turn a corner and let go of the brake as you pull out of a junction, that reminds you that that's on. I think that's really good and really neat.
That's a good feature, is that?
Right. So all these little bulbs in here, the ignition and the oil, they've been changed for LEDs, and the only reason I did that is because the beam light, the blue one, was so difficult to see, but now you can actually see it when you dip the beam. So everything's ready to roll. We've just got to finish off a few little bits. If we just go, the only thing that I'm a bit peeved about at the moment is I bought a spare wheel cover for this to fit it up there where it would go on a 21E, and unfortunately it's been missold. They said it fit a 13-inch wheel, and there's no way it fits that. It must have come out of a Reliant Robin, so it's 10-inch only. So I'm going to have to contact that guy, see what I can do about that. But basically the next video should be that door on. There's not much more to see. That door on and a road test. I have got to take that passenger seat out and take it home tonight because one of them springs has come out again. I've got some proper Rialto springs at home that they'll go in and they won't come out, so I'm going to have to do that now. So that's the end of part 4, and I think we should aim for Leeds cruise next Saturday. If I can get this insured and get that ready and go to Leeds cruise, because it's only down the road, 2 or 3 miles. Yep. Don't want to be going too far up first one.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it really. So that's the end of part 4.